Hello Internet, this is the Root. Have you ever noticed most of these townhouses that are built, yes, brand new ones, and ones that are proposed to be built, do not factor in accessibility needs? None of them do. Absolutely none of them do. Fuck all. None of them. They're all designed with stairs. No lifts. Just stairs. They're not single level. They're multi-level. And they have stairs. Stairways. You know what I'm talking about. Often steep ones. Now the other thing is, if someone living there ends up with a TBI, traumatic brain injury, or ends up becoming physically disabled somehow, you know what I'm talking about. They have a severe injury. They break their leg. They fracture their back, or, damage their spine or whatever, and they can no longer walk for a few months or a few years, depending the severity of it. They can be confined to a wheelchair or a walker, depending on the nature of the injury. How are they supposed to go home? Yeah, good question. They can't. They can't even get in their home. They can't get up the stairs to their bedroom. They can't get up the stairs into their home to begin with. A ramp would have to be constructed at cost so they can get up level with their door to get inside. But then after the door has a step that's about 10 centimeters high or more. Sometimes it's about 20 centimeters high. I've seen some doorsteps. They're pretty damn high. My apartment, it's about 20 centimeters at most. You would have to cut the door, right, after putting a ramp in, so it can mate with the ramp when closed. Yes, leaving a millimeter or so of space, but just not enough for insects to get in, if you know what I mean. Creepy crawlers, cockroaches, ladders, you know what I'm talking about, ants. So, and then you'd have to get rid of the stairs and put a lift in. Because then how are they supposed to get upstairs to sleep in their bedroom? Or with the washroom upstairs, forbid if anything, they can't get to their washroom. Again, they need a lift to get upstairs. Because I don't think anyone's going to be going to drag or carry somebody up all those stairs, up and down, all day. Yeah, that's just not going to realistically happen. Because a caregiver is expensive. And the other thing is, it costs a lot to maintain that. Yeah, an inaccessible home is not a good home. Why don't these developers even factor in disability, physical impairments? You know what I'm talking about. This is a legitimate concern. Somebody who's very active and very good at everything suddenly is then bound to a wheelchair due to an injury or a condition they had no fucking idea about, and then they cannot walk no more. Period. Or they're paralyzed from the waist down. What can they do? Nothing. Fuck all. They have to move. Or pay the expensive cost of adding a lift, getting rid of a closet, or part of a bedroom just to get the lift put in. That's an extra, close enough estimate of $20,000. Yes, a ramp can be made of aluminum, a straight up ramp, or depending on how their home's configured on the outside, it could be a curved ramp, wood or aluminum, wood or metal, whatever. Either way, that's the easy part. The thing is, a lift is more expensive, especially if your home is 3 levels, basement, first floor and second floor, some of the third floor. I've seen a few apartments, however, that actually had stairs in the unit, but those can be mitigated with a ramp, because the corridor is often long enough, and I don't know why they didn't think about that. A ramp could be made with concrete or even wood. But that's not what I'm talking about. It's townhomes, or newly built homes that have stairs, and no ramps, or that aren't even level with the ground to get in. That's ableist. They're not even thinking about disability. And that's why most have not chosen these homes. Apartments are more appealing because most are actually accessible. Aside from the older ones that were built around the time when disability was not at the parent and it was less common. You know what I'm talking about. Although landlords property managers could easily get a lift installed on the exterior of the building. Not hard to do. If they're doing massive renovations, a lift could be one of those ideas. Put it beside the lobby. If you're going to remove 2 whole units, or 3 depending on the height, it's possible. If it's a 6-story building, a lift is possible. And 2 at least to maintain it if one breaks down. You need to have redundancy. I'm not joking. If disability is going to be disregarded, there's going to be many people who literally end up homeless because they can't go to a home. They can't get to their home. It's that simple. Anyways, just thought I'd make this video. Thanks for watching. And yes, I did manipulate the frame rate. It's called a shutter adjustment. I wanted it to be this way. Here. Oh, whatever. Cheerio.